What is up, my beautiful people? Hope you're having a marvelous day. Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. Hope you're having a good Monday, everyone. Welcome back from the weekend. Really hoping that you guys had a good one. I know it's Monday, so it can be a little depressing, so let's see if we can lift your spirits a bit with some stories out of r/deciding to be better about people trying to make their lives the best they can. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Our first story is from user Outrip. 1 year of deciding to be better. There it is. It's been a year. A year ago, I was jobless. It was a decision I made, knowing that the 1st of November would be the first day of my new and current job. I chose to take a few weeks, 2 months to be exact, in order to make some changes in my life. I spent the last few years quite depressed. I was suicidal, I lost my best friend, and learned that she lied to / about me for 5 years. I was dumped multiple times, I was in a really bad and toxic relationship. I almost died in a car accident, and I was drinking and smoking weed every day for 2 years. Those 2 months being jobless let me try and do some things. I tried to be a volunteer at the Animal Protection Society, but failed as I had anxiety and I wasn't really feeling well with the new people around me. I started bouldering, and I still am right now. I subscribed to the gym and went every day, biking 30 minutes to go there and 30 minutes to come home. I stopped smoking weed, I stopped drinking, I started to eat better and losing weight. I lost 10 kilograms and am almost at my goal. And in the last few months, I started therapy. I wanted to get a better relationship with my parents. They're good parents, but I'm not a really good son. I'm also not a really good brother, even if my sister is really great. But I'm trying to be now. I'm working with my therapist on a lot of issues I've got, and I'm really happy to see her. It's really helping me. I'm not sad anymore that I don't have a girlfriend. I'm trying to be happy by myself for now. I want to be happy by myself and being able to bring happiness to others. Focusing on myself is the best thing I did in the last years. I lost myself being afraid of what I would look like for others, but I don't care anymore. I tried multiple times this year to talk to girls I was interested in. I had several dates with several girls, but nothing happened. Before, I would have been really frustrated. I would ruminate for a few weeks, even months. Now, I'm just happy I've been able to ask her, and happy to share a moment with her. Even if she has a boyfriend and I'm not able to ask her on a date, I'm just glad I may have a friend. I also wanted to learn to start dancing. Last month, I tried and started dancing. Now, I go every week. I work out 5 days a week, 2 days at home, 2 days bouldering, and a day dancing. And I don't do it by obligation. I love it. I found a physiotherapist who's able to help me. I hurt my knee 5 years ago and suffer every day since. I started with her 3 weeks ago and my knee is hurting a bit less. I have faith in her ability to help me. And today, I learned that I may lose my job in the next months. But it's not because of me. It's a decision that was made for all my team. I enjoy working, I like my colleagues, I like my projects. But even if I lose my job, I know I'm capable. I know I can wake up early every day, and I know I can do almost everything I want. I wrote this to remind myself that I made a lot of progress in the last year. I'm still not the best version of myself I can be, but I think, right now, that I'm the best version of myself I ever was. I want to do better every day. A year ago, I decided to be better, and I chose to make this decision every day. You know, OP, it's amazing the difference even a single year can have. The amount of change that can happen in even that short amount of time is profound. You made that decision to make your life better and you stuck by it. And look where you are now. You are an entirely different and much better person than you were just even a year ago. Your story is one that's truly inspiring for a lot of people who may want that hope to move forward, to really try and see if they can make their lives better. Thank you so much for sharing it, and please continue to update. Let everyone know how this journey is going for you. And if you end up losing your job, I have full and complete confidence that you will land on your feet, that everything will work out. Thank you again for sharing, and I truly wish you the best wherever you are. Our next story is from user Lobster and Shrimp 27. I finally accepted who I am, and it is such a relief to be okay with myself. I, 24 female, used to be incredibly bothered by other people's opinions of me. They'd call me too quiet, reserved, or even standoffish or rude. I used to think something was wrong with me and tried desperately to change my behavior. I tried to fit in with the louder people, the super social people, the crowd, but I felt very disheartened when I failed to be like them and would beat myself up for not being good enough. But that's just not who I am. And that's okay. Truth is, I just don't feel like talking all the time. I'm not a loud person. I'm not shy or scared of human interaction. I just don't desire it constantly. In fact, I'd rather not be social that often. In other words, I'm introverted. Just need a lot of personal space and time alone with my thoughts or personal projects. Large gatherings and parties, I can only tolerate for so long. I'll go to parties if they're important to me. That's okay. I'll attend conferences for work because they're interesting and they matter. I'll mingle with people for a while before ducking out for some fresh air and a break. Work is fine as long as things stay professional and I'm not expected to be my workmates' best friends. I tend to take lunch breaks to myself and go for a walk or run. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted. Thing is, life is much easier once you accept yourself and stop trying to force yourself into situations you don't want to be in. Or indeed, stop trying to be who others want you to be. Be who you know you really are, and don't give a crap what they think. Finally, stay away from people who are constantly putting you down or point out the flaws they perceive in you. If someone doesn't like you, that's their problem, not yours. Some people aren't going to like you, and that's okay. They just aren't your friends. Not everyone can be your friend. I wish these people well and don't give a second thought about them. They just don't understand, and that's fine. Because I don't understand them either. OP, that is great to hear that you're finally coming to a point where you're able to feel okay in your own skin. So many people struggle with that. So many people will do anything to fit in with the popular crowd, with everyone else around them, that they'll sell out who they are completely, and they won't even recognize themselves when they look in the mirror. While yes, it's important to feel as though you're accepted and comfortable, you can still do so without forcing yourself to become someone you're not. There are so many people in similar situations as yours that haven't come to that point where they're able to be okay with who they are. And your story is a great inspiration for them. Thank you so much for sharing, and I truly wish you the best with wherever you're at. Our next story is from user Gurney Halleck, but first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. 1 year sober today. I don't know exactly what to say. I'm happy. It's been really very difficult. I'm 38 years old, I have autism, and I live on a disability check. I'm trying to be really positive. I figure it's normal to tell one's larger story that led into the addiction on their birthday, but I don't really want to. It depresses me. When I got onto Reddit, I did dump my entire life story, most of it anyway, on here 18 months ago. This is that if anyone is interested. Side note, I have put the link in the description if anyone does want to read it. The addiction part is fairly simple though. I never drink irresponsibly. Overall, that was just because I didn't drink too often. 1, 2, and never more than 3 times a month. I did that until I was 32. I also did not use hard drugs often. Until 32 as well, I had a rule: I did not buy them. I came from poor people, so free drugs were not common. Once every 6 months or so, on average. I did anything besides opiates when they were free though, which frightened me. Then, at 32, a long-term friendship ended badly. The stuff from childhood came up, and I began drinking until passing out every day for 4 years. I will spare people a normal story of how that went. I was always kind and determined not to be abusive, but I was an increasingly sad, venti person who was hard to be around. And I wrecked all my relationships, some 10 and 20 years, slowly over those 4 years. People did not have any better tools than me is the issue. They kept saying drinking was a legitimate solution and then did not know what to do when I grew worse and worse. I was always so passive and kind, ghosting was all they felt they could do in the end. I get it. Then I jumped off a bridge. No matter what my internal feelings, I had never done that before. This is what got me into therapy and recovery. I got help from an addiction counselor, a trauma therapist, a general social worker, a mental health drop-in center, and on Reddit. That was my program. I did harm reduction for 1 year and am now sober for 1 year. I cannot express how grateful I am to the people who have helped me. I'm actually feeling quite down or depressed, and don't know if that is normal on a sobriety birthday. My people and family and such are not the most pulled together. But about half are in active addiction, so the other half are in recovery at this point. My mother has 6 years and a sister has 4 years, but they don't think of things like that. So not a friend or family member remembered, not a person is phoned, and there will be no real celebration. The social worker will take me to lunch in a couple days, which is incredibly kind of him. Just feeling a bit down is all. This is really a positive and happy thing. In any larger sense, I am really happy. I have trouble giving myself credit, but this is a good thing. Anyway, I just thought I would share. Thank you so much to anyone who reads this. OP, first and foremost, congratulations on 1 year sober. That is truly an impressive and massive accomplishment. So many people, when they're dealing with an addiction, can't even begin to imagine reaching that 1 year sobriety point. And yet here you are. Taking it one day at a time, you've achieved something that is truly a milestone in every addict's recovery. Don't ever sell yourself short on this. You've earned this. This anniversary has come about through a significant amount of effort, pain, and struggle on your part. So congratulations on reaching that 1 year sobriety point. But your story is truly one that a lot of people can look up to as an inspiration. After suffering with an addiction for years, you finally pulled yourself together and been able to climb out of that pit. And look where you are now. Maybe life isn't all rose petals and perfect, but you have vastly, drastically improved it. You are living proof that it is possible to overcome an addiction like that, to make the changes that can really better your life. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and please continue to update, and I'd strongly encourage you to reach out to others who may be struggling with an addiction and see if you can be an accountability partner or help for them as well. Your story is one that could possibly save someone else's life. Thank you again so much for sharing, and I truly wish you the best. That was r/deciding to be better, and if you want more inspirational stories of people making changes in their life for the better, then feel free to click the playlist link in the description below. Now you guys go out there, have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.